Now, Ireland is bracing itself for the arrival of Storm Barra tomorrow morning, with winds of up to 130 kilometres an hour expected. And Evelyn Cusack, head of forecasting at Met Éireann, joins us now. Evelyn, how bad do you think it's going to be, and where are the areas that are most likely to be affected?
Yeah, good morning, Ciara. Yeah, we expect a pretty intense storm. The storm system is developing rapidly at the moment in the Atlantic, and it's heading straight for Ireland.
It's a very elaborate dash cam.
I'm a member of Scioból, Navarre, the main shed here in the industrial estate in Gaoth in Wild West Donegal. So I put a pitch in to Sarah that I thought it'd be a wonderful idea if we could get, initially I thought one person to maybe work on a documentary about what our shed is about here in Donegal, and as it turned out, we got 3 for the price of 1. 1, 2, on Raglan Road again. 1, 2, 1, on Raglan Road of an autumn day. I saw her first.
Name's Austin O'Donnell. I'm a member of the shed. There's 8 years. Hello there, how are you? How you doing? Welcome into the shed. When you come.
And I think sheds are not little factories. You know, it's like working in a coal mine again. It shouldn't be that.
They're working to keep themselves open. Like.
Yeah, and just to keep it. And I think when I look at the social benefit of the shed, like if we go back to Patsy when he came to us, what happened is his wife rang me once, and I'm not from here, so she rang me and said, "Are you at the main shed?" I said, "Could I bring my husband here because he has Alzheimer's?" And I said, at the time I'd say the answer to everything is yes. I don't know what that means, but that's what we do. When I remember the first night he came in and the guys were in there, and sure, like everybody just knew him. Everybody turned out to know him.
Yeah, everybody
Connie, the rest of people of his own age knew him.
Everybody in the shed knew him.
And I mean, I suppose he was here for nearly 18 months, and he'd come on a Monday and a Thursday. Ethna would drop him up, and she had said to me, like, the difference was made to my life getting a bit of relief.
Yeah.
And you know what I loved about when Patsy played cards?
Yes.
So he'd be playing there, at times he'd put different cards in his pockets, and the boy, Patsy, put a garage back, stop cheating. And I just thought, you know what he got during the period he was with us? He got absolute dignity.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Poor Patsy.
Aye. There would always 1 or 2 guys there to keep an eye on him.
Just to give the wife a bit of a rest. Like.
Yeah. Everybody treated him the same as everybody else. We treated him no different and respected him no different. And Patsy was part of the shed, and that was it. Like, and it was a big loss when he stopped coming up. And I think it was about a year, roughly about a year after that, he passed away. Like, so just one of those things. Like, it was the first member of the shed we lost.
Oh, I gave her promise to say.
Just introduce you there at the back of the room that you have our 3 visitors here, Rian, Hugh and Adam from Dundalk. They have their mics and that lined up at the back, okay?
Some of the jobs that need to be done in the Scioból were outlined. There's a problem with the hot water in the kitchen. Eddie McGee has a wheelbarrow that needs fixing or refurbishing. They've suggested that this work be filmed. Someone wants a chicken coop built for 2 chickens. Workbenches need to be finished, and a first aid box is needed in the Scioból. It was suggested that a proper solid box be built for this.
This has been our 3rd monthly meeting. And I think that's a big achievement for you guys.
Huge achievement.
So we actually have had a set of minutes. We've had a financial report. We had a couple of rows and disagreements. We actually took votes.
He moves his wings at the dawn of day.
Yeah, we did several jobs now in the community. Our first 2 or 3 jobs we did was in Northwest Health Board, with people with different disabilities and stuff, so we did several works down there. We did one with a room putting in sound blocks for reducing sound for children with autism. Then we did the job for the Nina. We did the work there. And we did 2 years work in Salt, the festival. 3 days putting it up, I think we were there for maybe 2 days taking stuff down, but the weather was absolutely fantastic. Like, there was a lot of work in it, a lot of people coming and going in the shed. Like, they cut it out with the jigsaw and stuff like that. Like, so it was tricky because it was, well, moving them, you could easily be broken. Like, so that was the. I think it was the first time we spelled.
Excellent, guys. That was really good.
Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday. I am trying to organise today's shoot. We have to interview Austin and Connie today. Guards, impressions of the shed, and while I'm trying to plan all this and download previous footage to edit, the power went because there's a storm outside. So that's unreal.
We're nearly ready.
Okay, folks, good news, because you are all such good students, and because we're all going to perform for the ETB on Friday. They don't know what's waiting for them, do they, Anne-Marie? They sent out a gift pack for everybody in the audience. So I think, look, I'd just like to thank Martina Needham and Orla Winters and Sinead before her, who were really supportive of what we've been trying to do, and just been flexible and creative with us in relation to this. 3, 4, 1. It's a working man I am, and I've been down underground, and I swear to God if I ever see the sun or for any...
Something that's impossible to make, you try. I'm retired, so, you know, just something that's impossible to make. Can I do it? Yeah. I was a carpenter by trade, but I spent most of my life in mining. Where in the world? I was in Australia mining, I was in Canada mining, UK, Egypt, most places. Well, I'm an explosive engineer too. So.
And that's the main reason you're part of the shed is for the enjoyment of creation.
Yeah, well, what would I do if I wasn't part of it? I wouldn't have the space. I had time in my hands, so I had to do something, and you know, so yeah, just to come in here and do things, and you know, somebody will say something about something to do, and you'll say, yeah, I'll have a go at it. Anybody who's retired and has nothing to do, I would tell them to go to a shed or go somewhere where, you know, there's people in there that do these things. So if somebody comes in here and wants to do that, I'll help them.
John, wreath making, take 1.
So we'll start with this here. So you just get your wire in first, right? So then you go back here again, right? Put it inside here.
So we're just taking the green and we're just going to wrap it around.
So we'll see this one now next. We'll hide this one now, boys.
Maybe just say this is one we prepared earlier.
Right, well, I was just going to leave the glory. I was just going to leave the glory to you there, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, pull it that way now, yeah. That's perfect. Tie it off there now.
How was that here? It was great, yeah. Very, very informative and fun. I really did cut my fingers when I picked it up. I didn't know I was going to do that.
See when you start?
Yeah.
It catches you a few times.
Yeah, that's what happened.
But see, after a while,
the
fingers get immune to it.
Well, I never again will go down underground. Are we ready for the gig? she very bossy too, do you?
She's alright. Hey, listen, Liam,
I tell
walk
you,
in there out there.
it's okay.
Hey,
No, okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
There's two Hughes here now, it got confusing. Folks, they all differ maybe depending on the men that's coming to them, but they all have, it's all about company, I suppose, providing somewhere a safe place for men to come and talk, you know, without alcohol is the big one. You know, a lot of these men are at home and they mightn't have anybody at home, you know, to talk to. They mightn't see anybody from one week to the next. So that's great that the shed is there for them to come and talk. You know, and they all, one of them in particular, I know, has said this is far better. He is an alcoholic by his own admission, and he said that this place is far better for me than the AA. You know, coming to meet everybody, and that he says that's what keeps him sober. Coming to the shed, like.
The idea of this game is not always to, you don't always have to land on a jack. You know, you can put it behind the jack and maybe someone with their last ball then would get, put the jack back to yours. The jack is the yellow ball, the small yellow ball. It's different, you know, there's a lot of luck on bowls. You know, you have no control on someone else's bowls. You could be holding 4 shots and someone will take the last ball then and knock all yours out. I didn't know about the men's shed here at all. I just saw the bowls advertised in the paper and I rang up about it one day. That's why I came here, mainly for the bowls. It's a social night out, that's what bowls is. No one takes bowls too serious. It's you know, some nights if you won or if you lose, it doesn't make a lot of difference.
You don't work this thing out?
No, I don't.
I can't get it right though. It's not working at all.
2, 3, 4.
Well, I'm Connie O'Donnell, my son Austin and my grandson Jack.
Trying to get in a lot of younger members, right? So we're going to try and do a lot of different stuff to try to pull in younger members, like so Jack would be, we'd maybe try and get them in as a visiting member along with an adult or something, like, you know, that's the plan for the next two years.
You go first. Ah, come on.
that's lovely.